Hi guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Now, my country people, we all can recall how President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, during his inaugural speech on May 29th, announced the removal of the fuel subsidy, and ever since then, Nigerians have been questioning the gains of the subsidy removal, how much have been saved, and where this money is being channeled into. According to the federal government, they claim to have saved about 1 trillion. They've saved quite a lot from the removal of the fuel subsidy. They've saved over 1 point something trillion naira. So my country people, now there have been a lot of questions concerning the payment of the fuel subsidy as regards to the fact that the removal of the fuel subsidy has really created a lot of problems for Nigerians, making things quite difficult for the masses. Now, some people tend to, feel this need for the government to reintroduce the fuel subsidy payment back because, according to most Nigerians, it seems that the subsidy payment was the only thing, it's the only thing that the people benefited from the government. Now, there have been reports by the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Du, who has highlighted a concerning financial issue plunging the federal government concerning the expenditure of 400 billion on the subsidy payment. In an interview, he emphasizes the severe impact of the subsidy payment on the government's finances, how it has affected the government's finances, and how it is dragging, Nigeria backwards. According to the minister, the fuel subsidy has reached unsustainable levels, draining, quite some significant resources from the national treasury and posing a considerable obstacle to achieving a sustainable economic growth and development. And this revelation comes at a very crucial time, colliding with the fact that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's recent pledge to put an end to the era of the fuel subsidy during his inauguration speech. And the minister's disclosure really sheds light on the urgent need to address the financial burden of the fuel subsidy, which has long been a continuous issue in Nigeria, with each government coming by talking about the amounts being spent monthly. Now, there is a pressing need for strategic reforms to alleviate this financial strain and to redirect resources towards a sustainable economic initiative. The finance minister revealed how the Nigerian government lost 400 billion monthly to fuel subsidy. So this serves as a wake-up call for policymakers to tackle the root cause of this financial hindrance and to explore alternative solutions to ensure a fiscal sustainability. So addressing the fuel subsidy challenge is essential not only to restoring financial stability but also to fostering a long-term economic resilience and prosperity. And in the light of President Tinubu's commitment to ending fuel subsidy, there is hope for meaningful reforms that patronize the fiscal responsibility and prudent economic management. However, addressing this complex issue will require a coordinated effort in involving government officials, industries, stakeholders, and economic experts to diverse effective strategies to managing the fuel subsidies in a manner that it is both financially sustainable and socially equitable. Because Nigerians seeks to navigate its economic challenges, there's a chart, a path towards sustainable development. The issue of the fuel subsidy removal, how it has affected Nigerians in the long run, but the government as well, noted how they can mitigate the adverse effects of the fuel subsidy and also to pave the way for a more resilient and prosperous economy in the long run. Now, the Minister Wale Du noted how Nigeria's staggering monthly expenditure of 400 billion on the fuel subsidy is of paramount importance. It sheds light on the crucial financial challenge facing the federal government and how they really need to address this issue because it has certain implications for our economic growth and development. but it has gotten to a point that Nigerians are not comfortable with the removal of the fuel subsidy, that it is causing quite some damages to a lot of businesses, individual businesses, and otherwise even the small scale and large scale businesses in this country. Now, to point the fact that Tinubu removed this fuel subsidy to save money, people are yet to see how this money is being saved and what they've used this money for, and how it has really worked for them and how it will benefit Nigerians, because ever since the scrapping of the fuel subsidy, Nigerians have been having this feeling like the government have cut them off totally from the system, because it's obvious that the fuel subsidy is the only thing that Nigerians have been benefiting from the federal government and nothing else. Not as if we can brag of employment, good infrastructure, and development in the country. Nothing. So my country people, the issue of this fuel subsidy removal, and why it had to be scrapped off, because the other presidential candidates like Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar noted how, when they come into power, definitely they would remove the fuel subsidy. It's obvious that the fuel subsidy had to go. It had to go because it was draining our economy, pulling our economy down. The government was losing quite a lot of money, so they had to remove it. Even if Tinubu did not win the election, had it was any of the presidential candidates, they would have surely removed the fuel subsidy. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this very issue? Now, it is not just the fact that they've been a removal of the petroleum subsidy, which was costing about 400 billion every month to the government at its height, but also they've noted that this fuel subsidy was costing the government a lot, and people tend to be, there were some certain personalities that are stealing from the government through the payment of this fuel subsidies. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? Because at this point it is quite confusing that they are telling Nigerians that they were losing this amount of money. Now that they have stopped the fuel subsidy, the proceeds being made, that's the gains from the removal of the fuel subsidy, how are they making use of these funds? Where have these funds been channeled into? Nigerians are yet to know, at least so we can see what we are suffering for, because the people at this point are calling for the reintroduction of the fuel subsidy, because everywhere is just upside down. The economy is in a mess. Guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.